moving on all the way through. Well, we haven't even stopped yet. It was nonstop amazing all the way through.
We got to do the Small Business Expo last week.
Correct.
Here in Denver, Colorado. It's traveling all across the country. So look for it in a city coming towards you.
Yep.
And all-day event. Bill Walsh was the main stage speaker. They had workshops going on. We got to meet just an amazing group of business professionals, not just from Colorado, but people who had traveled from all across the country to come to. If they didn't have one in their city, they came to this one. And so that was fabulous. And then we went into a 3-day conference, the Business
Breakthrough Business Mastery Boot Camp from Gary Barnes. Wow.
It was a great 3 days. It was a great 3 days. And so, again, people traveling from all across the country to come in and build into their mindset, build into their business, some systems, some processes. We learned some really unique time management tools. And, and then we had our business power boost this morning.
Yep.
Where we do a 30-minute power boost to help you just kind of break through the barrier that's in your head and just moving and shaking, and we're kind of rocking right along, right?
We really are.
All right. So our kindness act of the day,
yes, ma'am,
is say what you mean, and then mean what you say.
Oh, that sounds fairly straightforward. Is it the voice of experience that comes to mind?
How often do we say something and expect for other people to figure out, kind of read between the lines and figure out what it is we're trying to say, but we're too passive aggressive to actually say it out loud and to articulate it? Or we think we're being funny, or we really don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, so we don't really want to say no, so we say all this other stuff instead, right? Say what you mean and mean what you say. And it'll diffuse. I mean, we're already really bad at communication anyways. It's always the top thing of what people say is the trouble. I didn't know what was going on. They didn't tell me. I wasn't in the loop. All funny words for lack of communication. We're not really great at the communication piece. So this will help us, because at least if you're going to be talking,
it'll have some value.
It'll have some value.
The lips are moving, but nothing's coming out. That's a problem. All right. So the hashtag kindness act of the day: say what you mean and mean what you say. I think it was Jesus himself who boiled it down to the most simplest form of that. Let your yes be yes, your no be no. And it works really well that way. Nice.
All right. So how do you protect your time?
With a billy club.
With a billy club?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to sneeze. Oh
no.
I'm going to try not to sneeze.
Well, here's how I protect my time. I make sure that I don't do anything without asking you. You are my timekeeper backup plan.
Your backup plan? Your plan B?
Well, I try to do this, but as we've established very well on the show, especially in the last 2 weeks, I'm calendar challenged. But I know that if I say I have to check with Angel, and for most of the time, because we work long hours, and for most of the events, I don't check with you for going out on a date, or I don't check with you for doing something else on the weekends or whatever. But if it's Monday through Friday, anytime before 6 or 7 p.m., I got to check with Angel on that. And that's how I protect my time.
I need to check my calendar.
Yep.
Because I need to look at my calendar. Do I have time for, and I have to check my calendar in 3 different ways.
Okay.
I have to check 3 different things in my calendar to see if it's okay.
I'm about to learn something.
You are about to learn something.
Okay.
Get ready to.
All right.
You can be wow. Okay. Yeah. So let's just say somebody asks you to coffee. There's something very simple. Can we meet for coffee Tuesday at 11?
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing you have to check in the calendar is Tuesday at 11 free?
Correct.
Right? Then you have to check, what am I doing right before Tuesday at 11?
Yeah.
You have to check before. Am I even going to be?
I messed that one up.
Am I going to be in town? Am I even going to be around? Is the meeting right before that likely to go long? Maybe I only have it in my calendar slotted for an hour because I use the quick the quick ad, and it just immediately puts it in for an hour.
Yeah.
But really, maybe it's going to take longer. Maybe I'm on the other side of town. Maybe that meeting that I'm doing beforehand is not even in this state. Right. So I have to look at, what am I doing before that meeting?
Okay.
And even if there's time, but is it congruent with what I'm doing beforehand?
So let me, can I raise my hand?
Mm-hmm,
okay. Is the next thing that we check what we're doing after?
Ding, ding, ding.
Well, the reason I think of that is because I remember one time when I scheduled a gig as an illusionist out in Florida, and it was awesome. And there was nothing before, but the after was back in Las Vegas, and it didn't work out.
It didn't work out so well.
I had to reschedule.
What am I doing after?
I've always been calendar challenged.
And so you have to look at 3 different places in your calendar before you can say yes. Now, before you even get to the going to my calendar, looking at the 3 things, and also the reason the after is if there's going to be homework, if there's going to be follow-up, if there's going to be any action that has to take place after. Do I have that time available in my calendar for the aftermath of that meeting?
Okay.
So I have to know that. So that's part of that after. But before we even get to the calendar, we have to evaluate every request of whether or not this request has value. Now, I just learned, I was just introduced to a brand new value based, instead of being busy based in your calendar, having everything filled up, but a value based activity.
Thank you, Dr. Gary Barnes.
I haven't quite grasped it yet. I'm going to need to hear it probably more than once, maybe a couple of times. So this is Angel's pre Gary Barnes time management system. Right. And so once I adopt something new, I'll have something new to teach you. But
you have to evaluate whether or not there's value to you in accepting this appointment.
Now, you have to listen to the whole offer of what somebody is offering you before you can jump in and say, no, I don't want to do that. No, I can't do that. I don't have time for that. I'm too busy, blah, blah. It doesn't have enough value.
Right.
Because sometimes people are kind of slow. Remember that say what you mean and mean what you say?
I do remember that. It was the hashtag kindness act of the day.
Maybe they want to have coffee with you and they start out with that, but really at the end of that, it's because they want to give you $1 million. You've got to wait and listen for that part of the sentence.
Does that happen?
It could happen. I'm still waiting. It hasn't happened yet, but that doesn't mean it won't.
Okay.
But that $1 million could be this next great client, this next great referral, this next great stage opportunity.
Usually it's, can I have coffee with you? And I want you to give me $1 million.
You need to know that.
Okay.
You need to know that before it goes into the calendar.
Right.
How often somebody says, hey, I want to meet with you for coffee on Tuesday 11. You're like, oh yeah, Tuesday 11. Sure. Okay. Why are you meeting for coffee? You know what? I don't know. They asked. I've fallen for that. I have fallen for that. And I got to protect my time.
Absolutely. Right? So what are we going to be talking about? What's the agenda for the meeting? And what is the expected outcome?
What's the expected outcome?
I like this idea.
Because a lot of times that can actually turn into, we can do that over the phone.
Yeah. Gary Barnes talked about this also during the weekend, and he said the same thing. He says, if this worked out exactly the way you planned, what's the expected outcome? And it either sucks the air out of somebody who's trying to sell you, or it presents itself in a place where you can have a more educated decision. We can do that over the phone.
We can do that over the phone.
Or whatnot.
And I like at some of those initial conversations to be over the phone, because it usually is about 20 minutes versus an hour and a half out of my day.
Right.
Now, you also have to know what your vision and goal is, if whether or not this is going to be adding value to what your plan is in life. And we've told the story about Richard Branson turning down
all kinds of stuff for no matter how much money.
No matter how much money, we're going to fly you in. It's going to be great.
Right.
It doesn't line up with our vision and goals for this year, no matter how much you pay us. Now, you think, well, he can say that because he's being paid big bucks. But is he being paid big bucks because he knows how to protect his time?
Yeah. Which came first? Richard Branson and his presentation of this is how I get to where I need to be. I like this. I actually picked up a thing or two, and I'm going to be less calendar challenged tomorrow, I think. Inappropriate time for laughter.
We don't know what he's doing yet tomorrow because he hasn't looked.
I have. Folks, don't go anywhere. We've got a great show for you. Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer helping you get your business right. We'll be back right after these messages. Shout out to all those of you who are watching Facebook Live.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk 1690 AM.
The boys of summer are here with in-depth coverage on the Orioles, Blue Jays, and Cardinals here in the Rockies. Well, not Cardinals, but if you want the play-by-play and the bird's eye lowdown on these and more wild birds, tune in to Bird Talk on 1690 KDMT, Saturdays from noon to 1.
You don't need to make folks think we're a sports show just to get their attention. In Colorado, 60% of the population feeds and watches outdoor wildlife. Bird Talk is presented by Wild Birds Unlimited, the original backyard bird feeding specialists.
To learn more about the 500 species of Colorado birds, tune in to Bird Talk every Saturday. We'll bring you interesting interviews, the latest news, and lots of fun and entertainment. Call in with your questions and we'll help you create the best backyard wildlife habitat to attract the greatest variety of species.
We hope you'll join us for the best nature show in the known universe, Saturdays at noon for Bird Talk on KDMT, presented by Wild Birds Unlimited. Until then, happy birding.
I'm Trina Webster.
And I'm Dan Webster, founders of Z Quiet. Let me be honest, I snored.
Yeah, he did. Crazy loud.
I was forced to sleep on the couch most nights.
Dan tried everything, including surgery, to solve his snoring problem.
Nothing worked.
So we turned to experts and created a solution that's a total game changer, a mouthpiece called Z Quiet.
Not just any mouthpiece, one that gently opens the airway where the snoring happens. In fact, it's based on the same technology as treatments costing thousands of dollars.
It allows natural jaw movement so you can talk, breathe normally, and best of all, sleep comfortably without making a sound.
And what's really cool is that it couldn't be easier. Just pop it in before you go to sleep to kick snoring out of bed.
So you can sleep quiet
with Z Quiet.
Z Quiet fits both men and women. Try it risk-free for 30 days for just $9.95. Go to getzquiet.com or text SNORE to 91011. Go to getzquiet.com or text SNORE to 91011.
One of the more popular remodeling projects these days is replacement windows. Why? Your old windows aren't nearly as efficient as the modern technology. And you and I both know stuff wears out. Hi, Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Windows and Doors. And why Done Right? The best answer to why is, why not? Todd?
Well, Dad, there's no reason not to, but lots of reasons too, such as top quality windows and doors built to size and fit many budgets, lots of color and style options, expert installers that are employees, not subcontractors, decades in business, fair pricing, satisfaction guaranteed, and the list goes on. Oh, and at Done Right, they'll find full service installations, completely finished, nothing left for them to do but enjoy.
And of course, Todd, we've got to mention our highly efficient, beautiful patio doors. So folks, give us a call. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors. And of course, replacing windows and doors, you have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or DoneRightWindows.com.
You love your neighborhood, great schools, and close to your friends. Your home is perfect, except for the dated walnut kitchen with avocado appliances, and perhaps the moldy master bath that you're afraid to walk on barefoot, or the creaky deck, or the scary basement. But I digress. If you love your home and never want to move, but want to make it closer to your dreams, we can help. I'm Brian Murphy, owner of Front Range Mortgage, a local, Colorado-only team that's helped hundreds of homeowners to remodel their present, outdated house, turning it into a home of their dreams without the trauma and expense of an unnecessary move. We have very affordable options to help you remodel your kitchen, bath, even scary basement with no money out of pocket, often even lowering your interest rate to boot. Call me and my local team for a painless 5-minute conversation to see how quickly you can be in your own dream home. Our number, 303-500-1900. That's 303-500-1900, or visit frontrangemortgage.com.
NMLS number 378844, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Angel Tussey and Eric Kramer. And by the way, Shania, she's making a comeback. Just thought I'd mention that.
Somebody's happy.
Oh, my gosh. Is she as hot as the day is long? The answer is yes. The
Listen to me.
Yes. That's all right. Well, congratulations, Shania. See, I'm getting all tongue twisted too.
It kind of is.
Yeah. What you got going on over there?
All right. So we've been out of the office for 3 days. Well, two
business days,
but then spent 2 more days, of our weekend at a conference. So didn't really get, downtime for the weekend to kind of recharge, refresh. Got lots of great information from the weekend, which was awesome.
Absolutely.
But what it ends up doing is giving us new things on our to-do list that maybe weren't there, things we thought of, new things we want to implement. And so as we come off of, if you've come back from a vacation, you come back from spending a couple of days at a trade show or just some time off or whatever. In fact, as we go into the 4th of July weekend, like all of that, there's going to be time off.
Yep.
How do you catch up after being on vacation, maybe even being out sick, being out to take care of a family member, a loved one? In fact, we're finding that's kind of the thing actually right now for a lot of people in our world.
It has been a challenge. There's been some serious family loss.
Yes.
And challenges.
So people having to pull away from work and spend lots of time. So not just a couple of days, but in many cases, weeks of taking care of family, taking care of personal issues. And so that are, as an entrepreneur, or even if we have, a regular day job, all of that gets put on the back burner while we take care of our priorities. And so, how do we catch up when we come back? How do we know what to do first? And it's nice if you knew you were going to be gone before you left to kind of plan ahead for some return work. So planning a vacation day at home. So you don't just go on vacation, get home Sunday night, and then head right to work Monday morning, but kind of have a little buffer in there, maybe to help you buy groceries and do some laundry and get back into your regular routine. Can also give you a head start on some sorting and deleting some emails. So a transitional day, if you can, on the, plan in for that. So when you come back to work, you've got that plan.
I like the idea of a transition day.
I do too. I will often come home from vacation on a Saturday because of that. So I can have Sunday to get myself. I'm just wonky. Is that the right word? Like just off kilter.
Yeah.
If I come home on Sunday and go right back to work on Monday.
Sure.
All right. So here's some, schedule time to catch up on work. Schedule when am I going to do some catch up? So yes, I still have all the work that I'm going to do, but I need to actually plan some catch up. They recommend from Forbes.com that you block out the morning so you have some time to catch up with staff, kind of get the scuttlebutt from the people.
Sure.
Sort through your inbox, listen to your voicemail messages, and respond to urgent work matters. If you don't block out that time, you're going to start getting questions and work is going to be thrown your way immediately.
Yeah. Another way that you can prevent that work being coming your way immediately is delegating some of your job duties and elements of your job to somebody else, to coworkers, employees who are not going on vacation, but can keep things going and give you that ramp up time when you get back.
Right. And, no one is, suggesting that you pile everything on everybody else. But one of the things of delegation is a way to boost your team. One of your staff members' confidence helps them to expand their skill sets, builds loyalty that you're trusting your coworker or a staff member to handle something while you're gone. And so it helps elevate their value in the position as well. So
absolutely.
Check in with your coworkers. So before heading straight to your desk, check in with the people, right? Take a few minutes to find out what happened. If there's anything pressing that needs your attention, this is going to be the most efficient because you're going to start reading through the emails. You're going to see that chain that went back and forth. And there were all these things. Did it get settled? Like, is that all right? Do we still need to focus on it? So get that quick check-in, gives you a chance to find out also who really stepped up and did a great job covering your workload while you were away.
Absolutely. And finally, really focus in on your priorities. What are the things, what are the big rocks, right? Mm-hmm. In that illustration. Not every email in your inbox has to be responded to as a priority. And this is where, much as we make fun of it here on the show, this is really where my email system works the best. Because no. See, you gotta change that look on your face there, Angel.
I don't recall agreeing to that.
I have a system, and it works the best because all I need to do is see the title, the subject line, and the introductory paragraph. Right, it's 2 or 3 lines that shows up on the little preview pane, and I can know immediately if that is something that I need to deal with now or later. Why are you looking at me like that? Does it hurt? It hurts to say I was right, huh?
When is later?
But no, don't do that.
I'm just curious
later
because
is not now.
We're not really reading the emails. We're just getting a gist.
That's right.
Of the email.
That's correct.
And so then we say, well, I'm going to go read that later, but I'm kind of thinking that later, like when is later? It's
when you have
vague.
no.
Right?
You can have scheduled time in your calendar. They say, don't choke. They say that you can have scheduled time in your calendar to actually check in on emails on a regular basis. But this is a catch-up day we're talking about.
Oh, the catch-up day.
When you get off your vacation and you say...
And every day's a catch-up day for Eric.
You know, I think there's something here.
There is?
I think so.
Okay. Right. And when we come back,
not completely broken.
There are 500 emails, right? And I do the math. I scan through to see who are from human beings versus newsletters.
Okay.
And delete the rest.
All right. But you also, if it's from a human, you stop in there at the first one and answer it. And then you do the second one and answer it. What I'm suggesting is not everything that a human wrote is necessarily urgent. And so what I do is I look at what they wrote and then decide which one of these, and it might be number 4 on the list. It might be number 14 on the list of the 100 out of the 500 that don't need deleting.
Yeah, I find there's like 4.
Maybe.
Like at the whole end of that
like may be.
There's like 4.
Out of 500.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That may be the case.
Yeah.
You need a better filter. Because too much stuff is.
I just want to change my whole. I just want to dump the whole thing.
I told you last week. You have my blessing.
Right. And and I know the whole idea of putting rules in, and then it all goes into a folder, and then you just delete it. Then, well, I just delete it as I go. But I know there's got to be a better way because I spend a lot of time deleting. I think.
All right. Folks, we will be back right after these messages. More positive business talk just ahead. Bottom of the hour news is next. And don't forget, do business with the people who do business with the pros. That's how we get to stay on the air. If you'd like to be one of those, reach out to us at experiencepros.com.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.
The Colorado Business Roundtable brings you Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. Hear from key leaders in Colorado's business community, advocating for proactive business policies that strengthen the economy and help business grow and thrive in Colorado, as well as helping to make Colorado the best place to live now and for generations to come. Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 and moneytalk1690.com.
Hi, this is residential real estate expert Dan Palomino from the Colorado Dream House team. Listen, if you're thinking about selling your home, you want to get the highest price in the shortest amount of time. To do that, you need a great real estate team and one with incredible marketing. We're so sure our marketing plan for your home is better than everyone else. We're willing to put our money where our mouth is. Here's what we're offering. Interview the Colorado Dream House team to sell your home. Then interview our competition. If their marketing plan is better than ours, then you can hire them and we'll pay you $250. I know, it sounds crazy, giving you $250 to hire our competition. It probably won't happen because we're so sure you'll find our marketing plan better, you'll hire us to sell your home at top dollar. Why not give it a try? You have nothing to lose and $250 to gain. Call us today at 720-446-6325. Or to find out more information about our marketing guarantee, visit coloradodreamhouse.com/250.
Alcohol began to be a problem a few years ago, and the problem just got worse. Hi, my name is Bill. Alcohol had crept into my life over the years, taking over until I didn't have a life anymore. I needed a solution before I lost everything. I tried various treatments and counseling. They did not solve the real problem. I was addicted. I was exhausted trying to fight it. Go Sober was able to solve the problem within a week, and it's great to have my life back. If you want to find out more, go to GoSober.org.
85% of people who go through the Go Sober program never drink again. The 85% success rate is because it uses science to solve your addiction problem. Go Sober provides FDA-approved medical treatments using specific drugs administered by a doctor in the physician's office. You will lose your desire to drink almost immediately, and you'll be back to work and back to your life the next day. Call Go Sober at 303-827-4837. That's 303-827-4837. Or go to GoSober.org.
Tired of paying high energy bills? Gravina Windows and Siding at 950 West Evans in Denver can help. Replace those old worn-out windows. Huge selection. Anderson Fibrex, Pella, Great Lakes, and more. Over 50 lines of vinyl, wood, and fiberglass windows and doors. Check out our composite window, the EcoSmart. It's up to 100% more energy efficient. Lifetime manufacturer's warranty. Our glass package is at least 3 to 5 times more energy efficient with a glass breakage warranty and free rescreening. Gravina Windows and Siding in Denver is accredited by the BBB with an A+ rating. Over 100,000 customers and counting. Financing's available. Larry Gravina serving the Front Range for over 44 years with my family. Free estimates. Metro Denver, call 303-GRAVINA. Northern Colorado, call 970-GRAVINA, and we'll come to you. Gravina's has the greatest windows. Nobody beats us. Nobody.
Get ready for the Brakes Plus Jet Car Nationals and Family Festival, Saturday, July 1st at Vandermeer Speedway. Enjoy drag racing, games, rides, live music, and a special troop salute to honor our brave men and women serving America. You'll have the best seat in Colorado for fireworks, set to inspirational and patriotic music. And don't forget the incredible power and speed of jet cars, flying down the track at nearly 300 miles per hour. The Brakes Plus Jet Car Nationals and Family Festival, Saturday, July 1st. Get discounted tickets at the Vandermeer Speedway box office or at vandermeer.com.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a fan bragging story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin' Hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you very, very much. I am excited about this next segment because it has to do with my favorite topic.
Food. Mm-hmm. And not just any food, but good food.
Right.
There's a brand new list that has just come out, and you need to know about it. It's called the Good Food 100's Restaurant List. And the Good Food 100 Restaurants List, it's an annual list of restaurants that educates eaters and celebrates restaurants for being transparent with their purchasing practices. Carefully curated based on the quantitative measurement of chefs' sourcing data, the Good Food 100 spotlights those that are building a better food system. It's produced and published by the Good Food Media Network, and it's dedicated to educating eaters by cultivating a conversation and community around the people and businesses changing the food system for good. We have the co-founder and president of the Good Food 100 on the phone with us. Sarah Brito, welcome to Experience Pros.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
Sarah, it's fantastic having you back. I've been looking forward to talking to you ever since the last time. Let's talk about the Good Food 100. And I've heard a new phrase coming out of the topic today, and that is sea to table. We've heard of farm to table. I'm imagining it's something similar. Is it sustainable seafood?
It is. In fact, sea to table is not only an idea or a concept, it's the name of a company and one of the sponsors of the Good Food 100 that specializes in wild seafood directly from the sea to the tables of many great restaurants across the country, and recently direct to consumers, eaters' front doors. In fact, here in Colorado, you can order seafood, wild seafood, direct from fishermen through Sea to Table and have it sent directly to your door at home.
That's awesome. That's pretty exciting.
There are people out in Oregon listening to this right now going, yeah, and we're the ones who sent them, so don't forget us. Nice.
Okay, so Sarah, the Good Food 100, it's a list of, are there just 100 restaurants on this list?
No. In fact, this year we have slightly less than 100. It's our first ever year, our first ever list, and we were able to get 90 restaurants on the list, but we'll never limit the list in future years to just 100, although we'll always shine the spotlight on the top 100. But we hope, like the Inc. 100 that started with 100 restaurants and has now grown into the Inc. 5000, we hope to have thousands of restaurants across the country that take our survey and will be on our list in 2018 and beyond.
Well, I was just curious, like, how are you going to be able to narrow this down? Because we probably have 100 restaurants, around the corner. I'm looking at the website, goodfood100restaurants.org. There are a couple Colorado restaurants that are being featured, which is pretty exciting. But all across the country, I'm seeing all sorts of fun restaurants. And when you click on it, you can see what they're all about. Okay, so why do we need this? What was the benefit here, Sarah?
I think there's two key things. One is that eaters want to know where their food is coming from. And we created this list and the survey as a way to encourage and inspire chefs and restaurants to be transparent with where their food is coming from, and then to pass that information along to eaters so that when they come to our website and can search restaurants by rating, our rating system is from 2 links on the lower end to 6 links on the higher end. They know that those restaurants, all of the restaurants on the list, are being transparent with their purchasing practices, and that the ones with the higher scores, 4, 5s, and 6, are really putting their money where their mouth is when it comes to supporting good food, and not just talking about good food, but actually purchasing good food.
That makes a lot of sense, and sustainability, Sarah, has to go with both of those in balance, right? The people who are doing the sustainable fishing and then or delivery of food through farming and whatnot, the restaurants are a piece of that, and then we have our own part. What's the biggest role that we as consumers play? How can we make this thing work the best?
I think the biggest role that we as consumers, or as I like to say, eaters, play is that we have an opportunity to not just vote on election day every year or every 4 years, but to vote multiple times a day every time we eat. Every time we eat, we're voting for the type of world that we want to live in. And if you believe in good food, we believe that you're voting for a world where food is good for every link in the food chain. And so we're asking the chefs and restaurants to put their money where their mouth is and to show us that they are truly supporting with their purchasing dollars good food. And we as eaters have to do the same thing, not just when we eat out at these restaurants, but when we learn how to eat good food from chefs and restaurants. When we go to the grocery store, every time we eat, we have to vote with our dollars and vote with our forks.
You know, and I think that most of us don't even think about that. We're like, we're hungry. I want something right now, but it plays such a bigger piece in our entire economy, our entire ecosystem, all of that. It plays into that food system. So pulling these restaurants together, these chefs together, and in a space where we know they all get it, they've talked about it, they've implemented great practices, sustainable food, and ready to elevate them out, you know, kind of out of the herd,
right, so
to speak. And so it's fabulous what you guys are doing over at the Good Food 100. Sarah, final thought for our listeners today when it comes, you know, before they stick another bite of yummy in their mouth.
Yes, I would say that every restaurant is eligible to take the survey, from fast casual to casual dining to fine dining. So if you don't see one of your favorite restaurants on the list, the 2018 survey will be live on January 1st of 2018. And I would encourage every eater to ask their favorite restaurants to take the survey. There's no cost, and every restaurant in the country is eligible.
All right. Well, that makes all kinds of sense.
Thank you for what you're doing. And yeah, giving everybody a chance to participate and highlighting those. And, you know, and even if you're taking the survey, we've done this before as we're taking different surveys for business practices. And we think, oh gosh, I never even thought about that. And I didn't know about that. And even just participating in it helps you to think about and to be more mindful and thoughtful about what you're doing.
The website again, goodfood100restaurants.org. That's goodfood100restaurants.org. You can follow Good Food 100 Restaurants on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Sarah Brito, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
Thank you, and I hope you eat some good food.
You know I will. I can't wait, actually. Every time we do one of these segments, Angel, it makes me hungry.
I should have fed you first. I should have fed you first. That is super, super duper important. Well, we did do our weekly Mastermind Power Boost phone call this morning, as we do every week. Check it out online. If you've got questions, you just want a little boost to your day. And you can sign up for 4 free weeks at experiencepros.com. Click on the free trial.
Yep.
And every beginning of the week, we're gonna fill your head with inspiration and motivation, and just with a great group of people that are growing, that are also, you know, as we face new challenges, as our businesses grow, our challenges change.
Sure.
And so just a nice collaborative group of people to come together. We want you to get the next 4 weeks for free. So go to experiencepros.com and click on the free trial so we can plug you into that.
You betcha. The Power Boost can be found at experiencepros.com/Power Boost. And if you want to just take a peek at it, there it is, and give you a little expose to it. But you got to get there quick because it's Monday, and that's the Power Boost. And then if it's Tuesday, it's gone into the archives.
Right. But check it out. We'd love to help just pour into you and help you get your, just, you know, once a week, a little power boost to the brain so you can have your breakthrough. And breakthroughs happen. They can happen in a moment. And you can even listen to something or read something multiple times. And it's not until you're ready to hear it that it actually sinks in and settles in. And you think, wow, why did I never see that before? I have a friend who, she says, you know, she reads different books, you know, reads a book more than once.
Yeah.
And she says each time she reads it, she uses a different color highlighter.
Oh.
Because it just shows her where she is at different places of time.
Well, we're going to, you know what? Our friend Gary Barnes is watching this video right now. I think we may have just given him a little tip for his next boot camp. Different colored highlighters every time you read through it.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Shows the evolution of growth. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, gang, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, more positive business talk just ahead. That's what you've come to expect. This is the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
As a small business owner, your focus should be on your customers and providing a great customer experience. You shouldn't be investing time and energy on bookkeeping, accounting, and taxes, but somebody has to do it. Trust Teresa and her team at Luna's Accounting and Tax. Teresa and her team will take care of all your bookkeeping, accounting, and taxes. They'll keep you informed and streamline the process. Luna's Accounting and Tax keeps your business compliant and up to date, and they'll give you the great customer experience your customers have come to expect. Free your time and gain the peace of mind to keep your focus on your customers. They will help you too. Call Teresa at Luna's Accounting and Tax today. 720-323-4917. 720-323-4917. 720-323-4917. Or visit lunastax.com. That's lunastax.com. That's lunastax.com. Se habla español.
Want to know what's next in the political scene, both locally and nationally? Tune into the Americhicks on your drive home every weekday from 5 to 6 p.m. and share your opinions. The Americhicks, with hosts Kim Monson and Molly Vogt, encourage open discussion on today's issues and focus on right versus wrong instead of left versus right.
Tune in to Denver's only female-hosted call-in show on your drive home. The Americhicks air every weekday evening at 5 p.m. right here on 1690 AM KDMT, Denver's Money Talk. Sponsored in part by the Western Conservative Summit, July 21st through July 23rd. Get your tickets today.
Hi, this is Dave Anthony. Tune in to the Retirement Income Planning Show Saturday at 8 a.m. to learn about how you can create an efficient and optimized retirement income plan that looks at your investments, taxes, healthcare, Social Security, Medicare, home equity, and estate planning needs. Learn about the math and science that goes into creating a truly comprehensive retirement income plan that could save you hundreds of thousands of dollars in retirement. Call 800-868-9585. Again, that's 800-868-9585 or online at theretirementIncomeShow.com.
Dad, name some good reasons for our listeners to select Gravina's windows.
I'll tell you why. We make it so simple for our customers to shop. We have everything. Vinyl windows, wood windows, fiberglass windows, double pane, triple pane, heat mirror, argon gas, krypton gas, bays, bows, garden windows, patio doors, everything.
How about colors?
Pick what you want. Brown, green, blue, red, whatever. It's never been so easy, and nobody beats us. Nobody.
Stop by our beautiful showroom, bring in your measurements, and we'll give you 10% off.
Only at Gravina's, 950 West Evans in Denver. Call us at 303-GRAVINA. Northern Colorado, call 970-GRAVINA.
Best deal in town.
Call Gravina's at...
No, it's Gravina's.
Call 303-GRAVINA. Or in Northern Colorado, 970-GRAVINA. Or visit their beautiful showroom at 950 West Evans. And remember,
Gravina's have the greatest windows. Nobody beats us. Nobody.
This is Dan Kaplis. Our firm is dedicated to always being on the leading edge of the practice of personal injury law. That includes game-changing, next-generation technology, nationally respected experts, and innovative visual tools that help us bring our client's case to life for the purposes of settlement or, if necessary, trial. We only accept a limited number of cases, so we're able to devote to each client our full arsenal of technology, skilled attorneys, and staff. We are a serious firm for serious cases, and we make the vast resources of our firm available to good people from all walks of life by taking righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. If you'd like to talk with me about your case, just give me a call or email me through our website. There's no charge for an initial consultation. 303-770-5551, 303-770-5551, or dankapleslaw.com. That's dankapleslaw.com.
I'm Lon Chen of the Hoover Institution for Townhall.com. In the last week alone, terrorists have attacked or attempted to attack targets in European nations we call allies and friends. One of the main railway stations in Brussels, Belgium was targeted. So too were innocent civilians on the Champs-Élysées in Paris. These attempts come on the heels of deadly attacks in London and Manchester, and recent attacks in Stockholm, Berlin, and Nice. The threat of radical jihadist terrorism is real, and if we are naive enough to believe that the terrorists are only interested in attacking European nations, shame on us. They'd love nothing more than to successfully attack the American homeland. That's why, for all the threats we face around the world, none is more significant than the one we face from radical Islamic terrorism. The intelligence community and law enforcement have done a superb job of keeping Americans safe since 9/11. Lawmakers should make sure they have everything they need for success. And the Trump administration should continue to devote time, effort, and resources to neutralizing and eventually defeating this threat. I'm Lon Chen.
revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Angel Tussey, Eric Kramer. We are helping you get your business right. And do you have email overload?
Yes.
Do you?
I do. I do.
Okay.
And here's my definition of email overload.
Okay.
The majority of emails I receive, so that would be 51% or more, right?
Or more.
Because that makes
Yeah,
a majority,
it does,
right?
yes.
So more than half of the emails I receive, I don't read.
And you admitted that.
I know.
Wow.
Out
They
loud
say
on the radio
that admitting the problem is the first step to recovery.
Okay, so actually, I'm gonna come over here to my email inbox.
Okie dokie.
And I am going to pull up my trash email. These are the emails I've deleted because I take my unread emails and put them in the trash.
Okay.
I don't keep them in my inbox.
Right.
I move them to the trash and then I delete the trash. It looks like okay. So these are from June 20th to the 27th?
Something like that, 26th.
So in a week.
Okay.
So it's been a week since
right.
I've
done your master
since I went to my trash email and deleted the whole trash email. So I will do that.
Oh, you do that too?
I do that too. Yeah. So they come in my inbox.
Yep.
Mass highlight, say trash. It all moves into the trash folder, and I let them sit there for about a week, and then I delete the whole darn thing.
Okay.
Okay. So in the last week, I've deleted 500. I've deleted 500 emails that just automatically went into my trash.
Okay.
500 emails have automatically gone into my trash this last week.
This week.
Now I don't know how many I kept.
Yeah.
But for the most part, and I have 100 of them flagged for follow-up. And so I feel like I go in and I'm mostly deleting. And as I look through the trash, I've got something from a Groupon, something from a luncheon that I attended once. It's a monthly luncheon and I attended once. Now I get reminders for that.
Did you ask for those reminders?
No. But I signed up to go, and so now I'm in their thing.
All right.
A store I shop at.
Yeah.
Not with it. You would say regularly. I would say on occasion.
Okay.
A chamber we're signed up for, but I don't live in the area anymore. We don't have anybody that lives in the area, so we don't participate in that
All right.
one. We get one. We get a lot because we're radio. Here's sound bites. Here's topics. Here's all of that. A fundraiser charity we have emceed, a newspaper, somebody else we have interviewed, a website I visited but did not buy from. It's just, you see kind of just, these are like real deal things. So it's not necessarily from really people that they're not like even really newsletters. They're just stuff.
Okay.
They're just stuff. So I feel like I have email overload, but I found some management tools for organizing your inbox. Eric, you're going to love some of these.
Okay.
So the first one, this comes from, because it's that love-hate relationship that we all have with email. We need it. I'm not ready to eliminate email. It is still one of, despite somebody telling me we're dinosaurs, it is still one of the top ways that we communicate.
I require it because it keeps records.
And there's that too, right?
Yep.
And so here's a couple of tips, and we'll probably roll some of these over into the second hour of the Experience Pros Radio Show as well. But first one is unroll.me.
Unroll.me.
Yeah, that it will unsubscribe you from all the newsletters you subscribed to over the years.
Really?
And so for us to do it manually would take forever.
Right.
And so it lets you mass unsubscribe from all the newsletters you don't read. You can wipe the slate clean and unsubscribe from everything at once, or you can pick and choose. It puts it like in a list. These are all of them. Do you want them or do you not want them?
How cool is this? And you're wondering, well, how does it know? Well, you give it access to your inbox, and it knows which ones are newsletters and which ones aren't. Wow.
Okay, now Eric, this one's for you.
Oh, it is?
Because I think this is This is, you read an email.
Taco me.
And you've got to do something with that. Like that email is going to require a second step.
Right.
And so, I flag it or I do, I try to remember it. But here is a tool called Follow Up Then. Follow Up Then.
Okay.
And there are paid versions available, but they also have free versions available.
Call it FUT.
Follow Up Then. Here's how it works. You choose an email.
Yeah.
And then you can choose you would send it to yourself.
Right.
And you can either include anytime at followupthen.com in the BCC, the CC, or the to field of your email. And the anytime wording here is pretty flexible. It can be tomorrow at followupthen.com, next Wednesday at followupthen.com, 3 hours at followupthen.com, every day at. So every third Wednesday, you get to tell it what the time is and send it to at followupthen.com.
Yeah.
And so here's what happens. If you put it in the BCC, you'll get a follow-up regarding the email without bothering the other person that you sent it to, or maybe it's in the thread. It just comes to you on that third Wednesday. If you put it in the CC part, it goes to you and that other person to remind you both to follow up on that, 3 hours from now.
Wow.
And if you just put it in the to, it will send an email to your future self.
To my future self.
Okay, so
I really still have to answer the email, but I just have to follow up at any time, whatever time.
I just thought that's kind of nifty.
Sure.
They have a if this then that, IFTTT, right? If this then that, which is a productivity tool, helps you connect the apps and devices you use every day. And so
it's free up to 50 follow-ups per month, which is a good day for me.
Okay. And have you heard of this one called Boomerang?
I have heard of Boomerang.
You have? Yeah. And so you tell it when it'll take it out of your inbox and put it back in when you tell it to.
Yep.
So, in 1 hour, in 2 hours, tomorrow morning, in 2 days, in a week, or at a specific time. So it takes it out and brings it back. So you put all of these ones like, I'm going to be on vacation. And so send it back to me. I don't have time for that today. Send it back to me on Friday.
There it is.
Because I'm going to check emails on Fridays.
Yep.
But in the meantime, it's not sitting there like haunting you going open, open, open.
Okay. Some of these tools are pretty cool. And we're grateful for our friends over at HubSpot who kind of organized this list of topics for us to talk about managing our email overload. Who knows? Maybe we'll bring a couple more of them in another segment. Stay tuned. We've got the top of the hour news and then hour number 2 of the Experience Pros radio show.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, America's home for positive business talk. This is the Experience Pros radio show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact the Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or contact them on the web at experiencepros.com or on Facebook and Twitter at Experience Pros. If your customers love you, we want to know you. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
KDMT Arvada, Denver.
Denver's only business radio station, Money Talk 1690 AM.
Business never takes a break. Neither do we. So take Denver's Money Talk 1690 AM with you with our brand new mobile app. Stay up to the minute with breaking news, market strategies, current trends, and more. With live streaming, listen to your favorite Money Talk shows whenever you want, on demand. It's like a personal advisor in your pocket. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Download the brand new Money Talk app on iTunes or the Google Play Store, or at MoneyTalk1690.com.
Get ready for the Brakes Plus Jet Car Nationals and Family Festival, Saturday, July 1st at Vandermeer Speedway. Enjoy drag racing, games, rides, live music, and a special troop salute to honor our brave men and women serving America. You'll have the best seat in Colorado for fireworks, set to inspirational and patriotic music. And don't forget the incredible power and speed of jet cars, flying down the track at nearly 300 miles per hour. The Brakes Plus Jet Car Nationals and Family Festival, Saturday, July 1st. Get discounted tickets at the Vandermeer Speedway box office or at vandermeer.com.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, the most positive business talk show in America. Best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, are inspiring you to get your business right. They know the customer experience isn't just another thing, it's the only thing. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hello and welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Angel Tussey, Eric Raymer. We are here to help you get your business right. The way we do that is remind you that small business is big business and your business is our business. And a fine how do you do to you?
Well, I am doing fantastic. I'm doing fantastic other than feeling a little overwhelmed on this Monday.
Oh,
as we begin the week, because we had a major business expo that we went to and spent a full day there, and then 3 days followed up by 3 days at a conference. And so for us, what that means is lots of new prospects, lots of new contacts.
100 people signed up for our free trial.
Over the last 3 days.
Yep.
So lots of new activities. I'm actually looking for, okay, so do we need to bring in some temporary help? Do we need some interns? Do we need some volunteers? And as well as because, normal work stuff that happens. And,
right.
And so I was already, we've been having some conversations about Eric and using the calendar. And so we started off with some calendaring tips this week.
Thank you.
And then we're talking about different ways that we can use email. And there are some really fascinating technology tools that can help you managing your email. 3 different ones that I found. One is called Boomerang, which you can actually, kind of send your email out and tell it when to come back in. Do you want it back in an hour? Do you want it back in a day? Do you want it back in a week? And you get to, 3 days, 4 days.
Please don't come back.
You get to tell it, and it takes it out of your inbox. Which I think is just kind of neat. So it's not just sitting there bugging you. The other one that I think might be worthwhile getting is they have it in a free and a paid version, is called Follow Up Then. So you can actually send it out. So if there's something you need to follow up and you're going to need a reminder, I know this is like more email, but this is helping you be more efficient with the email that comes in. It's called followupthen.com. But Unroll Me, this might be the answer Angel is mostly looking for.
It might be, because it allows you give it access to your email inbox. It goes through and says, oh, which one of these are obviously newsletters, right?
Right.
And then it creates this long list, and all you have to do is check, and it will unsubscribe them all at once.
In the last week, I have moved over 500 emails to my trash. But I also forgot to tell you that I moved a couple hundred of them over also to my junk mail as well. So
and junk trying to train your
my email that this is junk. I don't want it. And so actually just in the last 2 days I've sent 130 messages over to junk.
All right.
So I'm sending a lot out of my inbox, and this is where that overwhelm is. Most of the stuff that comes in, I'm not even reading it. And so I'm thinking this unroll.me is going to be my next attempt at managing my email. I'll keep you guys posted. If you've got any tips for me, I will gladly take them. Eric says he has the best system for email.
No,
that was the word he used, Angel. I have my system.
I said
is
my system
the best.
might be the best in this example.
The best. He says the best.
In this example, because I don't have to worry. My system, folks, for those of you who are not familiar with the show and don't know the personalities, my email system, and I've decided it is a system, no matter what other people may think. She's snickering over there. Is I look at the preview pane of the email, so I get the title, the subject line, and the first 2 or 3 sentences, and based upon that, I determine, who's sending it, the subject line, and the first 2 or 3 sentences will allow me to determine whether or not I need to open this now, or if I can let that scroll down, or if I never have to do it, never have to open it again. Now, the weakness in my system is that those that scroll down and the never opens are in the same trough. So it's easy to lose them. However, I rarely do. But sometimes I do.
Except for when I do. I rarely lose them, except for when I do. And when he doesn't know how to search for what it is that he's looking for, that sometimes happens. And so that's all right. I think what is the best email system? It's the same like with your vacation system or your exercise system. The one that works for you, the one but actually, being productive. How much of our time is not being productive? Some of this stemmed from a conversation we had from our friend coach John Brubaker. He wrote the book Stadium Status, and he talks about that he wears slip-on shoes,
right,
for this very reason, because of time management. How much time do I spend lacing up and tying shoes? So kind of a time management hack for him is only wearing slip-on shoes. I'm sure the people who put peanut butter and jelly in the same tube kind of thought the same thing. Like, why get 2 jars out and when you can put 1 jar and get your peanut butter and jelly in one? So they're kind of on the same page. What kinds of things that maybe we're only doing and they're taking us, a minute or 2 minutes out of our day, but that adds up because we do it every day, multiple times, all day long. It's part of why I might have something that's really cute, like an outfit or something that's really cute.
Right.
But if I have to fuss over it, like all day long, I'm adjusting it or, fussing over it, it has to go.
It's got to go.
It's got to go because I just can't be bothered with the fussing over the outfit all day long. And so, I remember I got rid of something not too long ago and somebody said, my gosh, it was so cute. Why would you? Because I had to all day long fuss with it. And now if I happen to not fuss with it and then I see it in the mirror and it's not been fussed with and then it's all off and I just, we just don't need that kind of stress in our lives.
Okay.
Right?
It works for me.
Right. That's why they invented belts.
Indeed.
Put a belt on so you're not always tugging at your pants.
Okay. I wear a belt, folks. She wasn't talking to me.
I wasn't.
All right. The hashtag
thinks I am.
Hashtag kindness act of the day is say what you mean and mean what you say.
Don't make people guess. Don't make people fill in the lines. Like if you have something to say, then say that. And if you need to come up with a more thoughtful way of saying it than the way that originally came to your head, then be mindful and be thoughtful. And it's okay. It's okay to give it a minute so you don't say initially that initial thought. But so often we're so passive aggressive. We'll make comments. We'll say things because we don't want to hurt somebody else's feelings, or maybe the way we were thinking it was just a little too harsh, or maybe the way we said it was a little too harsh and we didn't really even mean it that way, right? It goes both ways. And so be mindful before you open your mouth. Make sure that somebody doesn't have to guess at what the meaning is. And then, because, most of the time, how they're going to guess? Wrong. And, if you're guessing, you're probably guessing wrong. And so if you are guessing or somebody is guessing for you, just know it's probably wrong. So let's take the time to say, okay, what did you mean by that? Let's clarify. Or if you say something the first time and you know it's not super clear, come back and say, what I meant by that is, what I meant to say, or what I'm hoping you're going to take from it is. I remember a conversation my husband and I had, and he said back what I had said, or I said back what he said. Somebody
one
said
way
it
or the other,
one way or
and
the other.
it was way
It's
off.
like, is that what you heard? Because most of the time what we say and what people hear are two different things. And why is that? Because we're not being clear in our communication. So kindness act of the day. Let's relieve some stress and say what you mean and mean what you say.
Our listener Robert says, tact is a useful tool for conveying this information. Yes. Discretion.
Get some.
Tact. Get some. Hashtag get some tact. All right. Well, very, very good. And if you do have tact, then your listener, the recipient of the communication that you're trying to communicate, will not feel attacked. Look what I did. All right. We're going to take a quick break here in just a moment. But, folks, we encourage you to check out ExperiencePros.com. Like Angel said, over the weekend, we've had more than about 100 people sign up for the free trial. How about you? We really can help you grow your business and make your name, your business name, a household word. Wouldn't that be amazing? Check it out at ExperiencePros.com and click on the free trial button. We'll be back right after these messages. You're listening to Angel Tussey and Eric Kramer, and this is the Experience Pros Radio Network.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
You never planned on getting injured in an accident. You don't know where to turn. Call Boson Law. When you meet with John Boson, you'll know right away you've made the right decision. John will put you at ease and explain the whole process start to settlement. They'll handle medical bills, work directly with the insurance company, and help you get back on your feet. John and his whole staff are amazing. If your whole world has been turned upside down, Boson Law will help turn it right side up. It starts with a free consultation, no money out of the pocket, and Boson Law only gets paid when they win your case. If you're hurt, the call is easy, and their number is 2. Call Boson Law at 303-999-9999, 303-999-9999, 303-999-9999, or visit bosonlaw.com. That's BOESEN law.com. Call Boson Law, 303-999-9999, or visit bosonlaw.com. That's BOESEN law.com.
The boys of summer are here with in-depth coverage on the Orioles, Blue Jays, and Cardinals here in the Rockies. Well, not Cardinals, but if you want the play-by-play and the bird's eye lowdown on these and more wild birds, tune in to Bird Talk on 1690 KDMT, Saturdays from noon to 1.
You don't need to make folks think we're a sports show just to get their attention. In Colorado, 60% of the population feeds and watches outdoor wildlife. Bird Talk is presented by Wild Birds Unlimited, the original backyard bird feeding specialists.
To learn more about the 500 species of Colorado birds, tune in to Bird Talk every Saturday. We'll bring you interesting interviews, the latest news, and lots of fun and entertainment. Call in with your questions and we'll help you create the best backyard wildlife habitat to attract the greatest variety of species.
We hope you'll join us for the best nature show in the known universe, Saturdays at noon for Bird Talk on KDMT, presented by Wild Birds Unlimited. Until then, happy birding.
Every summer, hundreds of homes experience hail damage. Did you know that you should have your roof inspected when a hailstorm hits? If hail is large enough, your roof may be damaged. Sometimes hail damage cannot be viewed from below, so do not wait for your roof to start leaking. Get a free inspection today and make sure insurance will approve your claim. Trust the locals. Trust American West. Call today for more information at 303-364-3647. That's 303-364-3647. Or visit awestruffs.com.
Hi, this is Oren, owner of Absolutely Cabinets. Since 1989, I've sold Aristocrat cabinets for kitchens and baths, and they have proven year in and year out to be a great dollar value. With Aristocrat, you can buy the level of cabinetry you feel comfortable with in regard to construction. If you want all the features without making a decision, I sell Decora, which is a semi-custom line of cabinets with solid wood fronts, dovetail drawers, full extension glides, with soft close automatically on drawers and doors. From basic up, I can put you into cabinetry that will fit all your wants and needs. Thanks to all my repeat and referral customers over the years.
Go visit Oran's showroom at 5940 West 38th Avenue near the corner of Harlan and 38th Avenue. Or give them a call at 303-425-5592. That's 303-425-5592. Or visit AbsolutelyCabinets.com. New store hours are 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday and 8 to noon on Fridays.
The Denver Business Journal and Colorado Business Roundtable present a unique CEO panel event, View from the Top. Join them on Friday, July 11th at History, Colorado, as they talk with some of Denver's best-known CEOs to explore challenges, opportunities, and lessons learned, featuring Jackie Hinman, CEO of CH2M, John Hayes, CEO of Ball Corporation, and Mike Fries, CEO of Liberty Global. Go to cobrt.com/View from the Top to register. View from the Top, July 11th at Colorado History, starting at 7:30 a.m.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Up in the morning, does his teeth bite to eat on
That is by receiving your phone calls at 855-FANBRAG or by participating by way of the video that we produce on Facebook Live. You can tune in on that. Just go to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Experience Pros.
All right. So these days, when we think about going digital, most people just think it's just technology, right? But our next guest says that it's much more. You might even have to rethink your entire business model and implement a total digital transformation. Our guest is Anand Swaminathan. He's got a new book called Digital at Scale, the playbook you need to transform your company. Helps leaders understand the significant and benefits of a complete digital transformation for their own company. And the book talks about where your company is on the digital spectrum so you can decide how to move forward. We're going to talk about that today. The book is called Digital at Scale. Anand Swaminathan, welcome to Experience Pros.
Thank you so much for having me.
It is very nice to have you on it. So where do we begin our conversation with you? Is it is it safe to say that we don't have a clue how to scale our companies?
No, I think it's more about, do we have a way of scaling our companies as fast as we need to in the digital era that we live in, with competition nipping at our heels and fundamentally changing the landscape that we're in.
You know, and I think so many companies I feel like we're chasing. There's so much technology. There's so many apps. There's so much. Where do we start first? What do we need to implement? And then it starts to get so overwhelming. And we think, you know what? We've got these pencils and we've got this paper and it's all good.
All right. So let's break it down. What's the key question that CEOs need to ask themselves when it comes to developing the need for digitization?
Yeah. So, these days, I think there's three important questions that CEOs should be asking. First off, they've got to ask, what do customers want? At the end of the day, our companies are all building products and services for the end customer or for a business customer. So they've got to start by saying, what do customers want? And that'll help them decide how they're going to develop the right products and services through digital capabilities out for them. We also actually talk about in the book, what is the organization capable of doing to meet those customer needs? You see, it can be great that a customer may want 1, 2, or 3, but at the end of the day, the organization needs to have the capacity and capability to transform itself to be able to meet those customer needs. And then third question that CEOs should be asking themselves is, what is happening in my industry today that is fundamentally perhaps disrupting my business and my business model. We talk about in the book how there are banks fundamentally who've been disrupted with the fact that back in 1999, there was way to pay money with your Palm Pilot. And today we pay for money with PayPal. We pay for services with PayPal. We use that for all of our transactions. It's changing. So what's happening in the industry that it needs us and forces us to evolve? These are some of the questions they should be asking.
I was reading a lot about how Disney incorporated technology into their theme parks after recognizing that consumers were saying that they weren't going to come back, and now they needed to embrace the digital technology. The barrier of change was all internal, and how the staff kind of gets kind of like just so attached to what we've done, what we've always done. And so when I was reading some of those stories about the internal struggles and how they were able to actually get the entire team on board, I just think most of us don't have the fortitude to get through that. So how do we as a smaller company bring our old dogs, right? Our people to say, you're our weakness. We need to embrace the technology without losing all of our people. Do you talk about the people side of that in the book?
Yeah, we do. And actually, we talk about it as there's this gravitational pull in every organization of any size that is trying to bring the company to its roots and to its core, but it prevents change from happening at pace. And so one of the things we talk about in the book is how to be fundamentally transparent about the change and what's happening and when it's coming. So we give examples. I take an example like Kodak that we mentioned in the book. There was actually an engineer in Kodak in the younger levels in the organization who said, hey, I think this, back in the 80s, who said, I think we've got to move away from film and we've got to think about where digital is going to play a role, and should we talk about a digital camera? Well, the organization sort of squashed that idea, and then it was just shelved. Now we all know where Kodak ended up, and unfortunately it did not make it through that cycle, and digital cameras and digital devices has taken off. However, when we look at other companies such as Disney, and we talk about this in the book, where we say the CEO has empowered people to make change, to drive change, and is continuously reinforcing that message of change, well, then the organization actually moves in the direction, and that gravitational pull towards resisting change takes a pause, and you're actually able to break through that gravitational pull and say, yes, now we're driving that change. So with people, one, we've got to get the senior-most leadership, regardless of how big or small the company is, the senior-most leadership has to be bought into the concept. Number two, what we need is folks need to understand, the organization needs to understand what is happening in the industry around them so that they get excited about that change journey. And then finally, number three, they've got to know where change can actually happen in the organization, whether it's reskilling team members, whether it's bringing new ideas, whether it's literally going to conferences. We even mentioned in the book how one CEO talked about taking his employees to conferences all around the world to learn how technology was actually changing and reshaping their industry. This motivated and excited the organization so they could move away from that inertia.
No doubt. All right. Well, Anand, we are out of time, but the book is called Digital at Scale, and you want to pick that up wherever fine books are sold. Anand, how would you like our listeners, to connect with you and follow you?
Well, I'm on Twitter, so it's at ANANDSW. They can always follow me there, or at on Amazon with Digital at Scale. If they search for that, the book and all the reviews are on there, and we can talk through that there as well.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your contribution to our listening audience. And again, the book, Digital at Scale, the playbook you need to transform your company. Anand, we appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Bye now. You know, he brings up a lot of great points, and it's something that we need to embrace if we're going to scale, we got to get the CEO, it trickles down, right? So start at the top and work your way through to the employees, all the way to the line employees, so that your customers have an uninterrupted experience.
An uninterrupted experience. There's the keyword of the day, the key phrase of the day.
All right, gang, we're going to take a quick break for the bottom of the hour news, but don't go anywhere. We've got more positive business talk just ahead. This is the Experience Pros Radio Network. If you'd like the information about the Experience Pros, go check out experiencepros.com.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
The Colorado Business Roundtable brings you Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. Hear from key leaders in Colorado's business community, advocating for proactive business policies that strengthen the economy and help business grow and thrive in Colorado, as well as helping to make Colorado the best place to live now and for generations to come. Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk 1690 and MoneyTalk1690.com.
If you're over the age of 50 and considering buying an annuity in the next 60 days, I have some important news for you. Don't buy an annuity until you understand the pros and cons of annuities. A free book to help you maximize your retirement income from television host and three-time author Josh Melberg has been released. This book reveals little-known truths about annuity strategies in simple-to-understand terms. Grab a pen right now because we are about to offer you this free book that unlocks the 5 little-known secrets we believe baby boomers and seniors should know before buying an annuity. Call 800-725-1616 now and you'll receive a free copy of Josh Melberg's book, Next Gen Annuity Strategies Revealed. As a bonus, we'll also send you a copy of The #1 Mistakes Retirees Are Making with Their Investments Today and a free DVD on how you can get up to 33% more income in retirement. Call 800-725-1616. That's 800-725-1616. Employees of J.D. Melberg Financial have the appropriate licenses for the products they offer.
In the summer, it's hot in the upstairs bedrooms most of the day. Our office is up there and it's sweltering. We've used one of those big fans in the evening, but it pulls in too much dust and pollen. The AC ran constantly, yet the only cool place in the house is the basement. My husband started insisting we buy a new air conditioner, and that's when I called the people at AirSwap. AirSwap showed me my furnace and air conditioner are the right size for my house, and my air conditioner was working just fine. They adjusted our ductwork, created stronger airflow to distribute all that cool air in the basement, and this even helped us save electricity. The house is more comfortable in the winter as well. They reduced the big temperature difference between the floors, and now the upstairs is comfortable during the day and early evening. Call them at 303-761-0729, on the web at air-swap.com, 303-761-0729, or air-swap.com.
Does your kitchen or bathroom need some updating? Well, now is a great time to get started. I'm Ted Spear, co-owner of All About Cabinets and Countertops at 35th and Wadsworth, and I'm inviting you to join our growing list of customers who have saved thousands of dollars on their kitchen and bathroom projects, even over those big box stores. Come experience our unique mix of top-of-the-line customer service, quality products, and tremendous value. Through July 4th, we are extending all our current specials and upgrades, which will save you up to $1,500 on your cabinet and countertop purchases. Plus, it is an additional bonus. We are upgrading all our cabinet doors to the latest in anti-slam technology for free. These are just a couple of the ways you can complete your project for less than you ever thought possible. Let us go to work for you. You can visit our showroom or call us today, 303-456-6400. That's 303-456-6400. Also, to view all our current specials, visit our website at allaboutgreatdeals.com. Make a difference without the expense with All About Cabinets and Countertops.
Keep our schedule full? Seasonal incentives? Oh, yeah. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Home Improvements. Now is the time to call and save a full 12% off all services for select install dates. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
Psst, it's me, your heart. High blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. Just treat me better. After all, we're in this together.
To get your high blood pressure to a healthy range, visit heart.org/blood pressure. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin' hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Angel Tussey, Eric Raymer, helping you get your business right. Are you ready for all the things that have to happen with summer?
Let's see. I got my pedicure.
Yep.
I got my sandals.
Check.
Got some sunscreen.
Well, what happens if you go to the pool and there's no lifeguard?
Ooh.
Right?
You know, I've seen some really dangerous things happening these days. In fact, I know a little boy that just suffered from something called dry drowning. Did you see this?
No.
Oh my gosh, this is the worst thing. I'm gonna have to ask Lorian. Lorian Horowitz is the owner and principal instructor of Safety Solved. She brings health and safety into the world on a daily basis. In business since 2009, she's trained and certified thousands of individuals, adults and children alike. She has certifications with the American Red Cross. Her American Red Cross instructor certifications include water safety instructor and trainer, lifeguard instructor and trainer. She's also an instructor for the American Heart Association and a training center faculty member. You need to be trained with water safety. Lorian is your gal. Lorian, welcome to Experience Pros.
Thank you, Angel. Hi, Eric.
Hello, Lorian. Very nice to have you.
Lorian, and her website is safety-solved.com.
Yes.
Did you hear, Lorian, about this little boy who died from dry drowning? Did you see that story come across your wire at all?
I have seen several stories on that topic. Not sure if it's the exact same one that you saw.
What is this dry drowning?
Yeah, the term dry drowning, and you may also have seen or heard the term secondary drowning. These terms are not accurate in describing what is actually happening. We describe drownings, the Red Cross and the American Academy of Pediatrics and the Center for Disease Control and the World Health Organization. We all describe drowning as either a fatal drowning or a non-fatal drowning. So either you walk away from it or you don't. And there can be complications, though, if you have experienced a non-fatal drowning. Complications like breathing or respiratory problems that can happen afterwards when water gets in the lungs and isn't fully exhaled or fully expelled afterwards. Water can creep up and cause further problems later on, and where their oxygen levels drop and they aren't able to breathe after being pulled from the water.
Oh my goodness.
Jeez. All right. So Lauren, can you give us, give our listeners just some water safety tips? Because it does seem like, we're in the water, we're in lakes, we're in oceans, swimming behind houseboats, not really paying attention to some of maybe the symptoms or the signals that somebody might be in trouble. Can you give us some suggestions on how to handle water safety this summer?
Sure. I'm sorry for touching the phone. I'm in New Jersey right now, so I'm not there with you guys. I miss you guys. But we really want to encourage people to, first of all, never swim by themselves. You really should be swimming when a lifeguard is on duty. But we recognize that lifeguards aren't present at every single body of water that you're going to be at. And so then it's really important that you've got a buddy that's swimming with you. So somebody else can assist in an emergency or can go get help if an accident happens. When it comes to children in the water, it's important that parents are never more than an arm's reach away from their child in the water. You need to be there in the water with your child.
Well, that's
significant. If you don't have a child who's
right.
What's that?
I'm saying that's significant. My kids go off and they would swim, or like I wasn't necessarily always.
And yet I just posted a little boy who had drowned and been found in a swimming pool, took him to the hospital. Fortunately, he came out of the coma and was able to be respirated to the point where he's breathing on his own. He's okay. But that is not always the case.
No.
And,
to be right there, that's something I think we've been pretty cavalier about. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Lorian. I know you've got all sorts of good stuff.
It's really important, and I see comments and posts about on this topic from parents all the time that they get mad at the lifeguards for really the lifeguard doing their job and making the parent get in the pool with their kid. The lifeguard is not your babysitter. The lifeguard is there to make sure everybody in the pool is safe, not just you and your child. Ultimately, the parent is responsible for their own child's safety. That's just how it works in any body of water. So be there for your kid. Be no more than an arm's length away from your child. If you've got a child who's not a great swimmer, invest in a life jacket. And I'm not talking about those inflatable water wings that you spend 20 minutes blowing up and you can't get them over your kid's arms. I'm talking about a U.S. Coast Guard approved life jacket. They come in a variety of colors, not just the orange that we hate, but you can get some cute designs for your little kids. If you've heard or seen of the puddle jumpers, it's a band that goes across the chest and then it attaches to the arms. Those are U.S. Coast Guard approved, and they would be welcomed at any pool facility where there's guards on duty.
Our guest
we want to make sure our kids are safe.
Let me reset this segment here. Our guest is Lorian Horowitz. She is the owner of Safety Solved. You can find more information about her and the mission that she's on to keep people safe and provide quality lifeguard training and CPR certification. Safety-solved.com. That's safety-solved.com. Lorian, is there how are we doing? And last time we had you on, we kind of heard that there might have been a shortage of lifeguards out there. How's that going today?
From what I've seen from colleagues in the industry around the metro area, the Denver metro area anyway, it has picked up a little bit, but there are still facilities that are hiring. There are still trainings happening. I have another training myself that starts on Monday that I can still take more people in. So jobs are still to be had. Summer is not over yet.
All right. So how do people sign up for that if they have somebody, maybe a teenager or an adult that wants to go through your training?
Yeah, our website has our calendar and registration on there, safety-solved with a D.com. They can register on there, or they can give us a call at 303-257-9589 to register over the phone.
303-257-9589. Sign up, get this thing going, make sure that somebody knows how to respond in case of an emergency.
Yeah, and in case of emergency, what's the best thing for people to do, Lorian?
Best thing that you can do is not go after the person who is drowning yourself. The best thing that you can do is find something that you can throw out to the victim or reach out to them with a long pole or a stick. You can throw, if you've seen at the pool, those big rings. Those life preserver rings. They float. That's what their purpose is to be thrown out to a victim. You can throw something out like a kickboard, or if you're on a boat, like boat cushions, the seat cushions on the boat are life jacket worthy. You could throw out a styrofoam cooler or a plastic cooler, but something that floats and wait for the professionals to come and get them. Because somebody who is what we call actively drowning, their arms are flailing up and down because they're trying to get air, oxygen. they are going to grab onto anything that they can find. And if you are in front of them, you are going to be the one that they grab onto. And now we may potentially have 2 or more people drowning because you tried to do the right thing and you tried to go after that first person. So keep yourself out of harm's way and find something else that will keep that person afloat until professional help arrives.
Wow, that's a huge tip right there, because I think it's almost counterintuitive. The people would normally think, I got to go help, but you may be causing more of a problem than you are helping.
Absolutely.
All right.
This is good stuff, Lorianne. Now, you're in New Jersey. I know you travel all across the country to train. So the best way for people to get in touch with you, do you want to go to your website or do you want your phone number?
Yeah, really either one. I am still working. I came out here to work this week. I'll be back in a couple of days to train more instructors back in Colorado, but they can call 303-257-9589. And while I do have lifeguard training still happening, we are winding down that season. It'll get a little bit less busy, and so then our CPR trainings ramp up for companies and for the public. So looking to fill our calendar on that end as well right now.
All right, there you go. 303-257-9589. Visit Lorianne at safety-solved.com. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day out there in Jersey.
Thank you. Have a great day, guys.
Folks, don't go anywhere. More Experience Pros Radio Show right after these messages.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
Hi, this is residential real estate expert Dan Palomino from the Colorado Dream House team. Listen, if you're thinking about selling your home, you want to get the highest price in the shortest amount of time. To do that, you need a great real estate team and one with incredible marketing. We're so sure our marketing plan for your home is better than everyone else. We're willing to put our money where our mouth is. Here's what we're offering. Interview the Colorado Dream House team to sell your home. Then interview our competition. If their marketing plan is better than ours, then you can hire them and we'll pay you $250. I know. It sounds crazy, giving you $250 to hire our competition. It probably won't happen because we're so sure you'll find our marketing plan better, you'll hire us to sell your home at top dollar. Why not give it a try? You have nothing to lose and $250 to gain. Call us today at 720-446-6325. Or to find out more information about our marketing guarantee, visit coloradodreamhouse.com/250.
You've been thinking about getting your concealed handgun permit for a while now. Security and peace of mind, self-defense and home protection, all valid reasons for your concealed handgun permit. You don't need to delay it any longer. Now's the time. DCF Guns in Castle Rock has a concealed carry weapons class. It has a $200 value, but for a limited time, you can get it for just $100 only at denverhalfprice.com. That's denverhalfprice.com. This class is intended for new and experienced shooters looking to apply for a concealed handgun permit. The class exceeds the state of Colorado requirements to apply for your concealed permit. This course by DCF Guns in Castle Rock teaches the basic knowledge, skills, and attitude for owning and using a pistol safely. That's a $200 certificate for a concealed carry weapons class for just $100 from DCF Guns, and only available at denverhalfprice.com. That's denverhalfprice.com. That's denverhalfprice.com.
Hi, it's Peter Boyles. 2009, I see an ad in Denver Magazine for a place called Cenegenics. And I give him a call and I meet Dr. Julie McCallum. The rest is history. At the time, really, I was going through a hard time in my life. And again, I meet Dr. McCallum. She does so many changes for us. We did blood work, complete Cenegenics, and we came up with all this customized planning for me that included, still does include, workouts and eating plans and hormone nutritional supplements. And there's no magic pills. There's no magic milkshakes. You put in the work, you have the great doc, and you change your life. It does work. Again, ski all the time, ride your bike, ride your motorcycle, stay in the game. Be an old guy, but you can still be a tough old guy. Be thin, be mean, be back in the game. Cenegenics caller 720-387-3681, 720-387-3681. Speak to Jackie, that's her executive, and they'll arrange for a free 20-minute phone call. 20-minute gift, free phone call. Call to get it off the ground, 720-387-3681.
For a more comfortable and energy-efficient home, call Pastor Camp today to install a new Lennox heating and air conditioning system and receive up to $1,500 in rebates and take advantage of their financing options. Pastor Camp is well known for their customer satisfaction guarantee and has served Denver area homeowners for 58 years. Discover Pastor Camp and experience comfort. 303-777-1234 or visit pastorcamp.com. pastorcamp.com.
Hi, folks. Dan Cicchini. Oh, my gosh. How can it be that we started Done Right Home Improvements way back in 1985 already? How can it be that 3 of our grandkids are now working in the business? Geez, we didn't have grandkids back then. And to think that we've designed, built, and installed tens of thousands of projects, how can that be, Todd?
Dad, it's the things you've always taught us. Do good work, show up on time, price fairly, and above all, keep your promises. Our performance speaks for itself. Whether it's kitchens, baths, counters, or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, they have our word we'll treat them right at Done Right.
You betcha, Todd. And with the weather like it is and today's incentives, that's right, incentives, now is the time to call and save a full 12% off all services for select install dates. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com. 303-722-2295.
Get ready for the Brakes Plus Jet Car Nationals and Family Festival, Saturday, July 1st at Vandermeer Speedway. Enjoy drag racing, games, rides, live music, and a special troop salute to honor our brave men and women serving America. You'll have the best seat in Colorado for fireworks, set to inspirational and patriotic music. And don't forget the incredible power and speed of jet cars, flying down the track at nearly 300 miles per hour. The Brakes Plus Jet Car Nationals and Family Festival, Saturday, July 1st. Get discounted tickets at the Vandermeer Speedway box office or at vandermeer.com.
Revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Angel Tussey, Eric Raymer. We are America's home for positive business talk, and we're positively thrilled that you are along the ride with us.
All right, so we just came off of a business expo and a 3-day event, and all of a sudden have a whole lot of work to do. And I was thinking, should we hire somebody temporary? Is it time to bring on new staff? And of course, because I think sometimes our office is bugged, I get an email from performance-based hiring company that give me the list of the 10 deadly hiring sins.
Oh, all right.
Here's some hiring sins and what you should replace them with. So if you're thinking of hiring in the next 90 days, this is the segment for you.
Okay.
And somebody's hiring. We should always be hiring, right?
I think that's probably safe to say.
Always be connecting.
Yes.
Okay, here's the first thing he says is the skills-infested traditional job description. He says instead replace them with performance-based job descriptions that define the work as a series of 5 or 6 performance objectives.
So if you don't sell, you don't get paid.
Well, he says by shifting to a performance-qualified system, you open up the talent pool to anyone who can do the actual work.
You know what? That's all we're looking for, right? It's just the results.
Yeah, the results.
All right.
You know, maybe you haven't done it before. Maybe that's not what you did in your last job, but
your resume is pretty. Can you really do the work?
Here's another deadly hiring sin is the 30-minute series of interviews, he says. He says instead, replace it with a panel interview comprised of 2 to 3 people for 75 minutes.
Wow.
He says avoid quote-unquote pet questions.
Can you sell me this stapler?
Instead, dig deep into the candidate's accomplishments.
Have you ever sold a stapler?
Ever. You know, there are times where I sometimes think I should have gone back and asked, somebody signed up to be a member. I mean, have you sold something?
Anything?
Ever, right? But he says 30 minutes forces the interviewer to overvalue first impressions and only presentation skills.
Sure.
But an organized panel interviews, they save time, they increase the insight, and reduce the first impression bias.
Oh, because you've got a couple of 3 different people who are all on this panel, and you're going to get a more well-rounded opportunity, and it also avoids some HR no-nos, like I'm hiring you because I'm attracted in one way or another.
Well, here's something he says about first impression biases.
Yeah.
He says, have interviewers seek evidence to confirm first impression. So use a semi-scripted interview to increase objectivity.
Yep.
He says, use the interview to collect evidence to make a hiring decision, not to make the hiring decision, but evidence to make the hiring decision. So more errors in judgment, he says, are made in the first 30 minutes due to emotional bias.
I agree. I over my lifetime, I have probably hired hundreds and hundreds of employees. And in that process, I think I have been influenced because of the first impression that walks into the room.
Sure. Good or bad, right? Well, if you might really have your first impression nailed, right? Dialed in, the hair, the briefcase, the walk, the handshake, the smile. You might be really good at it, but maybe nothing going on inside. I don't know. All right. He says box checking is another deadly hiring sin.
Box checking?
He says focus on what people have accomplished with their skills rather than just the skills themselves. Do you know Excel? Do you know WordPress? Do you work on a CRM? Do you know social media? Right. And we're like, check. Yeah, sure.
Right,
yes,
fine.
Check.
What have you really done with those? I would probably pass the test for knowing Excel spreadsheet, but I would not pass the test at all for what have you done with it? Because I got nothing. I really don't know it.
He says also behavioral interviewing is a deadly hiring sin. Ask people to describe their accomplishments that best compare to what needs to be done in the actual job, the culture and circumstances that they're hiring for. So get examples of competencies can eliminate some errors, but it ignores motivation and fit with the job, the manager, and the upside opportunities. So
interesting.
That is interesting, right? I mean, the whole thing, hiring people is, I think if there was if it was, here's a exact science to it, it would have been figured out long ago.
But focusing on the outcome that you are hiring for makes all the sense in the world. Performance-based hiring. I've heard the phrase, but I never really got it until just recently.
Also, he says another hiring sin is conversations about compensation on the first call.
Absolutely.
He says if the job doesn't represent a career move, it doesn't matter what the pay is. If it's a career move, the pay is less important and very negotiable. He says it's okay to discuss compensation once the person has a sense of the job and, more conversation has happened, which, so often we want to lead with that. What are you paying?
Right.
Should I even waste my time here?
And along those lines, instead of on your online form for interview application, to apply here, get rid of that apply button and put a let's have a conversation button, which, again, sets the expectation, which I think would probably help in a lot of ways.
Well, because even if maybe I'm not ready to apply, but I might be willing to discuss the possibility of a career move.
Right.
But I'm not ready to jump right in yet. And then finally, he says for deadly hiring sins, those who take the job for what they get rather than what they'll do. So many times people take a job for the short-term reason. I need a job. I need a job. I'll do anything. I get people all the time that come to us at Experience Pros. Do you know anybody who's hiring? I'm looking for a job. Well, what are you looking to do? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, anything.
Yeah.
Not a good candidate.
That is not a good candidate. So replace your short-term reasons with long-term thinking. Not only must the candidate be competent and motivated to do the work, but they also need to see the job as a true career move, which means that we have to offer a job that is a true career move.
There you go.
Or, you can just hire an intern.
Right.
$10 an hour for 3 months.
Well, I like the idea of performance-based hiring. I really do. I like the idea of performance-based outcomes, which is such a critical piece to the whole deal. And I think I liked the fact that they were listening in on our conversation this afternoon. You asked sometimes, do I wonder if the office has ears?
Yeah, right.
It may very well. All right, folks, that's it for today, but we'll be back again tomorrow. So do us a favor, share this show if you will, please, and then tune back in a whole new program for you. This is the home of positive business talk, the Experience Pros Radio Network.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Contact